What?
What? What?
I soar.
How long is this going to take?
I don't think your plan worked.
I blame myself, mostly.
Me too.
I should have double-checked everyone's initiative rolls to make sure that the NPCs went after all of us.
I should think that the werewolves are quite exhausted after beating the hell out of Red Mage for so long.
Yeah, really. It's almost as if they went out of their way to attack Red Mage in the most time-consuming and excruciating way imaginable.
Hey, maybe now they're so winded from their brutal and relentless attacks that we can strike them down.
Actually, they haven't even begun to fight. They can still transform into their nigh-invincible Wolfman or Krenos form.
Krenos? Don't you mean Kinkos? What are they gonna do? Color copy us to death?
That was pretty lame.
I could have done better. I would have said something about swords. I like them, you know.
Look, they can't all be the theory of relativity, okay?
Excuse me, comrade bleeding to death over here. Maybe you...
Wait, I've got one. Krenos. More like bust you in the nose.
I really could use a potion.
How is that not lame?
I've got it. Krenos? More like you gonna cry when I smack you upside that nose!
That's just awful.
Agony unbearable. Healing potion needed to sustain my life.
Hold on. I've got one that plays off that whole cry thing. Devil may cry, but werewolf gonna die.
Life flashing before my eyes.
Oh, I like that one.
As do I. Lyrical yet topical. Let's use that one.
Organs have been rearranged in alphabetical order.
Dude, you're a red mage. You can use white magic to heal yourself. So what's the problem here?
Given that I can only cast a certain number of spells per day, if I would cast one now, I would then become less versatile.
If you don't cast one now, then you'll become less alive.
Unless one of my intrepid adventuring companions were to hand me a healing potion.
I'm not sure it's feasible at this point in time. We've still got a negative cash flow problem.
Well, you're about to have a negative blood flow problem.
They're good.
Not to quibble, but shouldn't it be a positive blood flow problem? You see, that implies too much of their blood is flowing, which would be an increase along the positive axis.
Yes, but there's something about using the word positive in conjunction with the word problem. The two just don't gel. It sounded like I was contradicting myself. And might I add that contradicting me in the heat of battle is not the most effective tactic.
This is the most pathetic battle ever. Let's never talk about it again. So, when are these things going into their alleged Krenos forms?
Eat Fang, Nancy boys.
What? What a wussy sound.
I'm not so sure that should be our battle cry.
Oh, for the love of... Now what?
Well, eating fang. It just sounds like a monstrous euphemism for kissing. I think we should avoid that sort of imagery.
Do you have to pick apart every little thing I say?
Do you have to keep saying inane things?
Are you trying to say I'm an idiot?
Fighter, now!
What?
No. If I were you, I'd be trying to say that, but failing. In actuality, I am saying you're an idiot.
Attack them while they're distracted, you fool!
Oh yeah, right. Sorry about that. Yarr!
That's it. I've had it with your condescending remarks. It's go time.
He doesn't seem to be doing any kind of damage.
Like I said, you need silver weapons, or at least a magical 1/1 weapon.
Bring on the noise, punk.
Yeah! My Dragon's Fire attack is invincible!
Out of the way, little man. Some thwack's gonna get thrown down, and we wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Yes, we would.
You're doing it again!
Guess we had to take Red Mage back to get healed.
Or we can leave him here to rot. You guys suck.
Are you sure it's safe to wander around the overworld like this?
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, you know, the hordes of monsters and all.
I prefer to think of these monsters as a metaphor for the unknown.
Take back what you said about my mom.
I called her a bitch. She is a female canine. It's not even an insult.
Green werewolves are a perfectly natural part of, nature.
Right.
As are ghosts. Why, everyone knows you can hardly conceive of a habitat lacking in dragons.
Ew.
Slimy greeny things are the basis of practically the entire food chain. Nothing unusual about that. But Cthulhu-style overfiend demon lords?
Are we in the forest of increasing irony or what?
Irony, eh? That gives me an idea!
Like running away?
Iron Hand Punch!
See, my idea had the advantage that we'd survive its execution.
Suck piss, Vile Demon! Well, you will be sucking piss as soon as I can get past all these damn tentacles to do something that does the sucking. Oh dear lord, that's not a tentacle!
Fatality.
So,
I'm not gay.
I didn't say that you...
I mean, in the heat of battle, all those tentacles, how can you tell? It's not like I was looking for one of those.
I didn't think you were,
You know, now that I've had time to reflect on it, I think it must have been a tentacle. It's just that I must have seen it at a weird angle. I just thought I saw that.
That sounds perfectly reasonable to me.
Not that I'm so obsessed with phallic imagery that I see it everywhere I go.
Of course not, I never would have...
Because I'm certainly not repressing anything which is being superimposed upon my worldview via my overactive subconscious mind.
Okay.
Good.
Swell.
Then it's settled.
Yep.
I'm not gay.
You know, this is really pathetic.
What is?
We just started our big important quest thing and we couldn't even get past the first encounter.
We didn't lose, technically.
We didn't exactly win either. Captain Moron over here nearly got slain.
I'm not dead yet.
Don't tempt me.
Well, it was a good experience for us as a group anyway.
Actually, since we don't get experience unless we defeat the monsters, it was a complete waste of our time.
What are you talking about? Regardless of whether or not the monsters were killed, we had an experience. You can't deny that.
It's the law of our universe as chronicled in the Player's Handbook, which was first scribed by...
Look, I don't care what your books say. All I know is that we, as temporal beings, exist in time. Our reality is a space of experience measured in time. Since the encounter did not happen outside of time, as evidenced by the fact that we are capable of sensing it, it was experienced by us.
I think we're operating under different meanings of experience.
I think I'm bored out of my mind.
I think you'd first need a mind to be bored out of.
Good point.
I'm really not gay.
Well, I have to admit, those shoes were starting to make me wonder.
What are you talking about?
I think we all know. I mean, look at him.
Your shoes, they're a little, that way.
Black Mage has a point. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they were, you know...
No, I don't.
They look like elf shoes to me.
Well, that's not exactly what I meant, but those tree-hugging hippie bastards are about 5 minutes from it, I'll tell you that.
I'll have you know.
I'm not gay.
No one said you were, Fruity. Shh. Oh, now you're being catty.
Quiet.
Wow.
I think I hear someone approaching. To the trees.
You pushed Red Mage
They'll be upon us any moment. Hurry!
onto Fighter's sword.
Which is weird, because it started out sheath.
I botched my athletics roll big time.
I can prove it too. I'll kick all their asses in alphabetical order. Not that I want to touch their asses. Just kick them.
Why me? Oh my, what happened to Red Mage?
A slight miscalculation on his part.
Really? Because I thought he tried to attack those invincible werewolves single-handedly in some overly complex plan that surely would have guaranteed our victory had any of us understood what he was talking about.
Well, yes, to be fair, his miscalculation was to trust in us. But the way you put it, it sounds like it was our fault.
Maybe, but I blame Red Mage anyway.
Based on what?
Spite mostly. Plus, I think he's a big idiot.
I see. Be that as it may, would you mind stepping back so I can heal him?
This is a trick question, isn't it?
Must remember White Mage's oath. Must not bring harm to others.
Why don't you just tell me what you want me to answer? Better hurry, White Mage. He's not getting any healthier. Ain't that right? Yeah! I said, ain't that right? Come on, answer already. Don't make me stab you good in the face.
Wow, that dopey-looking pointy hat sure is aerodynamic. Yowza.
Fighter's Journal. Do not look, especially if you are Black Mage. Today is my first official day of being a light warrior. Right now, we are just taking a little break while Red Mage gets healed up by White Mage. I think that Black Mage might need some healing too. Why do I hang out with so many mages? Oh well, it is a mystery of the universe. But at least I gets more swords. But first we will have to find him because White Mage hits very hard. Red Mage said she must have rolled a natural 20. I'm not sure, but I think he must gamble a lot or something, because he is always talking about dice. Maybe that is why he and Thief get along so well. Red Mage likes to gamble, and Thief likes to take all of his shinies. Anyway, the reason that we are resting is because we just had our very first random encounter. Well, we've had them before, but never as a group. I really feel like we're officially light warriors now. There were these werewolves, and they looked really mean, and Thief stabbed them in their backs. Black Mage whispered something about how it felt strange to see Thief stabbing someone else in the back besides us. But I don't know what he meant by that. The werewolves didn't die though, so Red Mage had a really good idea. I knew it was good because it involved me using my swords to kill evil monsters. That's the textbook definition of brilliant. But then, something went wrong, and Red Mage got hurt really bad. So then the werewolves went away because they were yelling at each other. I hope they are pals again, because friends are good. I don't know how I could get around without a good friend like Black Mage. He's been my best friend since forever. But he always says, don't remind me when I tell him that. He is so funny. Since we are taking a break, I decided to make a sketch of my latest brilliant idea. Sword shots. As you can see, I have solved all the complex engineering problems, other than stabbing yourself to death and slicing off your own hands. But I am sure I'll think of something. Oh, I think we found Black Mage, so I will go now. Bye.
Red Mage, why don't you just use your own healing magic next time? I won't always be around to save you.
But I want to stay at my peak versatility level.
Think of it like this. Which is more versatile? A dead mage or a living mage minus one white spell?
I see. You've opened my eyes, White Mage. Thank you.
What's the matter, Thief?
My bag full of gold is stuck in this bush. I can't get it loose.
Let go of your worldly possessions. They will only slow you down.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. And mind you, I've talked to Fighter before, but that's still crazier.
Thief.
I feel strangely unburdened. Probably because gold is very heavy, and I had quite a lot of it. You know, from all the stealing. It's what I do. Me being a thief and all.
I'm just happy to have helped you see that greed is not the path to peace.
Oh yeah, definitely. I wonder if I could cut off the branch it's stuck on.
What you got there, fighter?
It's the working design for my new brilliant invention, Sword Chucks. I've run into a little problem.
I think I understand the overall principle of your design. Perhaps a longer length of chain would make it possible for one to actually wield the weapon without hacking off one's own limbs.
Perfection!
No one thinks you're gay, and even if you were, it wouldn't matter.
You're right. I have no reason to be paranoid about what others may or may not think. Besides, love is love. We should let it flourish wherever we can find it.
Yo.
You are simply a horrible little monster, and I pray for your quick and merciful death.
Flirt.
To the thief goes the spoils.
Okay, guys, let's head out into the perilous world and go get that arch-villain Garland!
Chaos Theory. The D20 and you. Fascinating.
If I could construct a robotic power suit to further augment my evil a la Dr. Doom.
If the issue of hungry nomadic polar bears were brought up, then perhaps ice boxes could indeed be sold to Eskimos.
And you were going to join these guys?
Won't anyone heed the call to adventure? Onward and upward and backward and all that jive? Swords and sorcery? Damsel in distress? Dungeons and those fire-breathing, serpentine, flying creatures of yore? Anyone at all?
Well, maybe if a certain destined member of a certain monastic order could be bothered to be on time for a change.
Now it's my fault? There were bricks and planks of wood on the way. What was I supposed to do? Not break them?
Yes!
Iron Hand Punch! But that goes against everything I am.
They were building a new town hall!
With some pretty shoddy materials, apparently.
Somehow this is not what I thought being a light warrior would be like.
Okay, let's go to Garland's castle already, so Fight will shut up about it.
Yay! Will you two be joining us on our quest?
No, we have to,
Let you suckers run around in front of us to kill all the vile monsters that lay in wait so we can travel safely in your wake of carnage and save the world while you serve as a decoy to all the evil.
What part of secret confused you?
If they don't fight, then that means more experience for me. Suckers.
My highly tuned thieving senses have detected the hint of a scam here.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think they were using us like a bunch of pawns in their grand scheme to make the world a better place. But that's just crazy.
Daddy, can you move the sun, please?
The sun? It's funny every time.
I'm going to stab you so much. So, I guess this is where we part, huh?
Yep, for now anyway. I'm sure we'll bump into one another in the future because we're just using you guys to get us to chaos without any trouble so we can save the world. Lousy white mage's oath. It always kicks in when I don't want it to.
Do you think they're onto us now?
Where are you guys off to, anyway?
This is going to be easier than I thought. We're not going to Garland's castle. Nope, not even close.
Aren't we going to follow them?
I'm sure they can take care of themselves.
Meanwhile,
It was only a bee!
I can see my house from here.
Of course, I could be wrong.
and so, to recap the adventure thus far, our heroes are walking through the Imp Forest on their way to the Temple of Fiends, where the vile Garland resides with kidnapped Princess Sarah.
Are we there yet?
Because King Steve proclaimed them to be the true light warriors who would save the world from a great evil.
Why, your orbs of light aren't even lukewarm with destiny. I demand that you charlatans leave my chambers immediately.
This may not have been the best idea. They are being helped on this quest by the unlikely pair of White Mage and Black Belt, who seem to be up to some serious scheming.
Just so you know, this art of silent walking of yours seems to involve stepping on a lot of dry twigs.
That's just your imagination. Hush. You have a very loud imagination. Fix it.
Oh sure, just let me find my hammer so I can beat some sense into the problem itself.
Did you guys hear something?
Just a non-stop flow of money into my various overseas bank accounts.
I heard the haunting melody of a natural 20 being rolled, which is then followed up by rolling maximum damage.
What was the question?
He asked if you heard any.
Nope. The only wham I heard was that one just now.
Oh, good. Me too.
Those accursed light warriors are no doubt on their way here to rescue the fair yet very evil Princess Sarah. She has been hard at work in the library lately, She said my bad guy speech was no good, so she's working on a new one for me. I don't know what was so bad about it. I am Garland. Would you like some fresh baked cookies? I mean, just because I'm evil doesn't mean I have to be rude. It's important to me to be a good host. That's just how I was raised, you know. We are living in a society, after all. We have rules. Without them, we'd be no better than but evil Princess Sarah won't have any of it. You know, sometimes I wonder if she's getting into this a little too much. It's almost like she enjoys playing out this evil side. I don't even know where she got that evil outfit, but I'm sure I'm worrying about nothing. What's she gonna do? Usurp me as the main villain when I'm clearly the superior evildoer?
Damn it, fighter! Stop thinking about the family circus!
So hilarious! Can't help it! Little Billy's comics! Genius!